Something musical. One day, as I sat down to compose a new tune, Sherry asked me what I was going to write. I replied, I don't know, something musical. And since my music processor requires a title to begin a new creation, I typed in, something musical. I am not much of a musician. When I was in second grade, my music teacher got me into piano lessons. These continued for about 5 years, but to be honest, I only reached a modest level of proficiency. My last recital piece was Beethoven's Für Elise. Then, 2 things happened on the same evening. Make that 3. First of all, I wanted to play basketball. My only problem was that for 12 years, I was the unathletic one in the family. That was my sister, Jane. But I thought that basketball would be a great sport. I really tried to keep up with the other guys, doing all the wind sprints and dribble drills. But by the end of the second afternoon of practice, the coach knew how it was going to be. He leveled with me. As I left the locker room, I felt hugely disappointed. Once again, I failed to be the kind of guy everyone looked up to in a small-town grade school. And yet, in some deep place, I was relieved. Practice was hard work for something I did not really want with all my heart. I trudged the 2 blocks to my house, feeling glum and disappointed, but during practice, snow had fallen, a light, new, beautiful layer of white. And beneath the streetlight, the crystals glinted and sparkled like magic. It was, in some way, the most delightful image I ever saw, before or since. As I entered the house, my mother was sitting in a strange place, right in front of the front door, her back to me. She seemed to be trying to cover something up with her body. As she turned around, I saw what it was, a Thomas electronic organ. My dad loved music and played nearly every band instrument. His favorite was the trombone. However, he was only proficient at 1 line of music at a time. The piano was a chore for him, what with all those notes to be played by both hands. On the piano, he would have to hold a note and a chord a long time while he figured out the next. And since it was a piano, the sound faded away. He had recently ended running his own business, which involved many nights of writing an IOU for the cash drawer in order to get some groceries. The seed company, Northrop King, hired him as a district sales manager, with a bit more travel and a steady paycheck. His store kept the family alive for some 14 years, and he was delighted that closing it cost him only $400. More importantly, he then had the privilege of discretionary funds. So the old upright piano was traded away for an electronic organ. The advertising copy claimed it was, quote, an orchestra at your fingertips, end quote. And this was exactly what Dad loved. The music came with chord letters above the melody line. With some practice, he found that making real music could be accomplished with 1 finger in the right hand and a set of chord positions in the left. He even learned to use the bass pedals with his left foot. For the rest of his life, he would get home from his travels and immediately sit down to the organ for at least 30 minutes of pure music and relaxation. From my perspective, the major point at the moment was that the piano was gone. No more lessons, no more daily practice while Mom was cooking supper. No more infinite scales and meaningless exercises. No more Bach. Oh, my aching Bach.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to click like and subscribe to hear more of Dave's life in music.